Dave Anthony, Fox News. And the Palestinian president is calling President Trump's new proposal for Gaza a serious violation of international law. Other Middle East leaders are skeptical, still pushing for a Palestinian state. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson details the Trump plan.
Standing alongside Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, President Trump offered the following solution for Gaza.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development.
He says we could build a Riviera in the Middle East. Prime Minister Netanyahu calls it an idea worth considering.
You are the greatest friend Israel has ever had in the White House.
President Trump's also readying maximum pressure on Iran, and Fox's Jonathan Savage reports.
The Iranians seem ready to talk, a government spokesman saying Iran's foreign policy would be driven by dignity, wisdom and interest. President Trump said he was open to a deal with Iran as he attempted to drive its oil exports down to zero and block its attempts to develop a nuclear weapon.
There is a manhunt in New Albany, Ohio, outside Columbus, for a man who went on a shooting spree at his warehouse workplace late last night.
At this point, we have one confirmed fatality. We have 5 that were transported to the hospital.
That's New Albany Police Chief Greg Jones. A police officer is being mourned in North Las Vegas, Nevada, shot and killed by an armed man he confronted. That gunman killed in return fire. The U.S. is getting a new Attorney General, Pam Bondi.
On this vote, the yeas are 54, the nays are 46.
One Senate Democrat, John Fetterman, joined Republicans confirming Bondi. Hours after GOP senators and 2 committees voted to advance without any Democratic support 2 controversial Trump nominees for full Senate consideration. Robert F. Kennedy for Health and Human Services, Secretary Tulsi Gabbard for Director of National Intelligence. America's listening to Fox News.
It is time to take the quiz.
5 days a week, it's 5 questions in less than 5 minutes. We ask people on the streets of New York City to play along. Let's see how you do.
What are the 2 active volcanoes on mainland Europe called?
Is Vesuvio one of them?
Vesuvius and Etna.
How'd you do? Exactly. These get tougher, so hang on.
Take the quiz every weekday at thequiz.fox. Then come back here to see how you did. Thank you for taking the quiz.
As President Donald Trump begins his second term.
Promises made, promises kept. We're going to keep our promises.
Stick with the Fox News Rundown as history is made during his first 100 days. Whether it impacts your family, your wallet, or the world, our team of journalists will give you the sharp analysis and perspective you expect from Fox News. The Fox News Rundown, the first 100 days. Listen and follow now at foxnewsrundown.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
We mentioned the Kennedy and Gabbard votes in the Senate. Now more details on their advancement toward full confirmation votes not yet scheduled.
Vice President J.D. Vance playing a key role in getting a couple of Republican senators to yes on nominees like Tulsi Gabbard and Robert Kennedy Jr. Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee Chairman Bill Cassidy says the Health and Human Services Secretary nominee made commitments like speaking multiple times a month and not removing statements on the CDC website saying vaccines don't cause autism.
These commitments and my expectation that we can have a great working relationship to make America healthy again is the basis of my support.
Fox has told Vance also facilitated conversations between Director of National Intelligence nominee Gabbard and Senator Todd Young of Indiana. Both Gabbard and Kennedy still need to be confirmed by the full Senate. Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
We mentioned also the Vice President Vance. Well, he's getting ready for his first foreign trip.
The French embassy says next week's AI Action Summit in Paris aims to establish scientific foundations, solutions, and standards for more sustainable AI, working for collective progress and in the public interest. It will include heads of state, including Vice President J.D. Vance, CEOs, and others in the tech sector. It marks the vice president's first trip overseas since taking office. He'll also head to Germany for the Munich Security Conference later next week. The trip comes after President Trump recently announced a private sector investment to fund AI infrastructure, and after the president revealed he wants Ukraine's mineral deposits in exchange for supplying the country with more military aid in its fight against Russia's invasion. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
Right after the U.S. imposed new tariffs on Chinese imports, the U.S. Postal Service no longer allowing packages from China and Hong Kong shipped to the U.S. On Wall Street, the up and down week continues. Stock futures are falling the day after a rebound when the NASDAQ surged and gained back the losses from Monday's tariff-related sell-off. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Low
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Multiple Cumberland County residents have reported a scam that's falsely claiming a deed of transfer of their property. Register of Deeds Trey Curley issued a warning about the incidents Tuesday. He said scammers are attempting to solicit money from victims. You're asked to contact your Register of Deeds office if you receive a similar letter in the mail. Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter calling January another steady month for construction. He said the county issued 24 permits totaling $5.5 million in construction, 16 of those for single-family residential homes. In comparison, January 2024 had 22 permits for $3.9 million. The Allgood City Council will consider next week an ordinance reverting to the city's prior personnel policy for the appointment of department heads. In 2024, the City Council changed personnel policy language, giving council the responsibility to approve or reject the city administrator's appointment of department heads. The ordinance up for vote Tuesday would take away that responsibility from council. That's the news from WHUB.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is Wednesday. It's the 5th of February. So, like 9 more days, guys, until Valentine's Day.
Ooh, you need to let them know because they don't need to forget.
Keep giving y'all heads up. Now, we're going to save you some money this Friday, 9 a.m., 1077thehub.com. It's half price Upper Cumberland, and you can get a $25 gift certificate to Fog Light Food House for half price.
Yeah.
Plus tax, title, license, member FDIC.
I love that. That would be a great Valentine's gift.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's one of my favorite restaurants.
Yeah.
And half price.
Yeah. I mean, come on. It's going to save you a little money for Valentine's Day.
So that'll be good. Take advantage of that this Friday, 9 a.m.
9 a.m., 1077thehub.com. You'll just click where you see half price Upper Cumberland. It'll take you there. You can purchase it with your credit card. We'll get it mailed to you.
Yeah.
All the stuff should be easy peasy. We hope so.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. A high today around 62. It's going to be rainy conditions later this afternoon, so be prepared for that. Things you need to know right now.
Yes,
Putnam County Convention Center. It is open. They want you to come in and explore the Welcome Center. That Welcome Center is nice.
They're proud of it.
Yeah.
I mean, they should be.
Yeah, and I think their big grand opening and ribbon cutting is on the 18th of February.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's open now, and you can go see it and go say hi to Shan.
Isn't the Putnam County Home Show going to be there?
Yes, it's the 22nd of this month. So.
Well, that'll be cool. That'll give us a good chance to go out and see it.
Now, let me tell y'all, that is the convention center. The Expo Center hasn't even been built yet, so it's going to be even bigger.
I believe it's 65,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Of open space.
So now, and you can rent that out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Rent it.
I believe that's what Shan said, that it was 65,000 square feet. I hope I heard that right.
Yeah.
If not, she'll tell us some other time.
Yeah,
but it's going to have a outdoor arena that'll seat just in the stands, I believe 4,500 people.
It's going to be unbelievable.
And then if they put a stage out there and put seats in there, it'll be like 10,000 people.
Well, it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And Shan does such a great job in this area with tourism and
you can get all your local Cookeville gear T-shirts there too. They got a gift shop.
I'm telling you, that gift shop is amazing too. I'm not just saying that. I mean, besides shirts, they have some other things that were made in Tennessee. Jams and jellies.
yeah.
They have beef jerky.
You got that Muddy Pond molasses over there.
Oh my gosh, it's so many good things. And then the little magnets, and you even got like stuffed animals that are native to Tennessee. I had to buy the possum. I know they're not the prettiest thing,
They're not cheap.
but they're a little marsupial, and they carry their babies on their backs. Anyway, if you want little cute gifts, that is a place to shop, most definitely.
The pickleball courts over at the Cookeville Community Center are finished.
Really?
Yeah. So
That seems like it was quick.
so you can go over there and start playing pickleball. They said they're still going to do some work on the lights and one part of the fence, but that's it. And they may see some things along that they need to do as people use it. But it's finished. You can go there today, start playing pickleball on the new pickleball courts.
You know what? Kara and Jen were in with us last week, I believe, from the rec center at Cane Creek Park. And somebody said to me, I heard that interview and then I stopped in to see it. They're like, I did not know it was so beautiful on the inside.
It's in the rec center. I'm talking about the community center.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Out by Avery Trace.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
But the rec center, too. Y'all need to visit it.
We'll quit stealing the thunder.
I'm sorry.
From the community
sorry
center.
about that. I blame it on still being halfway sick, but almost better.
Thunder stealer.
It's Wednesday. Anyway,
Sheila.
other things you need to know.
Can't believe you do that to them.
Cookeville Police Department, of course, they have made a few changes. We talked to new chief over there, Scott Winfrey. He was on yesterday. Now there's Lieutenant Ben Dukes. He's served the Cookeville Police Department for 8 years, and he's served in various divisions, and he will be serving as one of the night shift lieutenants on parole now. And Lieutenant Colby Fox, he has been with the department for 9 years, and he will also be one of the shift lieutenants on patrol. So just a little bit of changes and, moving up. So we congratulate them on
That's
their new...
what Chief Winfrey was saying yesterday is that, moving people around makes a more well-rounded police officer.
And he's definitely well-rounded. He has done so much throughout his career. So... commodities, I wanted to let you guys know from Upper Cumberland, UCHRA, the distribution for commodities coming up. Let's see, today's, what is that, the 6th? Is today's 6th?
Today's the 5th.
Today's the 5th. So tomorrow, they'll be in Warren County. Then on the 11th, which is Tuesday, Cannon County. And then Fentress are coming to you on a day before Valentine's Day on Thursday.
All right. The northwestern portion of the Pickett State Forest has reopened. The state spent, gosh, I don't know how many months it's been that they started it, but restoring the trails and roads through there. So if you've been wanting to go visit the Pickett State Forest, they've got everything open and ready for you to hike or whatever you do on those particular trails.
Let me tell you, you can get lost there.
I'd say so.
It's huge.
It's 14 and a half miles of hiking trails.
Yeah.
18.2 miles of non-motorized use trails and 34.7 miles of motorized use paved and unpaved roads.
So, I mean, beautiful, you get lost in the beauty, and then you're like, it's getting dark. This is the way out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tim and I got scared one time. It's like,
really?
Not scared because something was dangerous, but we're like, it's getting dark. This is the way out, right? That's why I'm like, you can get lost.
Right.
You can just be enjoying yourself, and then all of a sudden you're like, it's kind of getting dusty.
I don't know where I'm at all of a sudden.
Yeah.
That's all I've got for a few things you need to know,
That's
Sheila.
all I've got, too. So it's time for your 2 cents here in a minute.
Before we get there, I need to apologize to McMinnville.
What'd you do to McMinnville?
So, yesterday, went to a tourism thing.
Yeah, that was the who's who of the Upper Cumberland.
And they keep going through all this stuff about tourism in the Upper Cumberland. And they keep mentioning all this stuff that I've never heard of in my entire life.
In your entire life.
My
And
entire life.
You always pride yourself on being the OG right in this area, original.
But apparently, I have not spent enough time in McMinnville.
They got a lot of stuff.
I learned about something called the Black House, which I had no idea existed. Apparently, Collins River Barbecue is the best barbecue in the whole wide world.
Oh my goodness, that barbecue is delicious.
Never had it. There was something else too. I wrote it down. I've got it somewhere. And I remember going, "Where's that?" And they're like, "McMinnville." I was like, "Gosh, and I come to find out I was sitting right next to the new Warren County McMinnville tourism director.
Did she get on to you?
She kept looking back at me like, "Why are you even here?"
I bet she won't forget you.
And I was thinking the same thing. Why am I even here?
Well, it's like you and I get upset with people that don't know what's in their own backyard, and then, oh my goodness, we got to get on to ourselves.
Well, I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to become a tourist one weekend.
Yeah. Yes.
And
even if you have been to some of the places, it is good to revisit because everything gets improved.
Went to McMinnville in high school, like if there's a ball game there.
A lot has happened since then. We're older now. That was years ago.
Anyway, just want to apologize to McMinnville for not being a good Upper Cumberlandian.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Well, we need to have her on.
Yeah.
To talk about it. So I'll try to work on getting that scheduled. I'll say I'm sorry for my co-host.
Her name's Julie.
Julie, I'm sorry, honey.
All right, now your 2 cents.
And it's brought to you by Freedom Pawn in Sparta. They are so awesome. Freedom Pawn has everything you need from guitars to jewelry to guns and ammo. Check them out first before you buy anywhere else. Here's the question. If someone asked you to rename Earth, what would you call it? It's not an easy one, I don't think.
Planet Jason. I mean,
Of course you would.
There's no reason to even think about it.
Oh, my goodness. Planet Jason.
I mean, why not, right?
I haven't even given it a thought. No, I would not name it Sheila.
Well, I didn't give it a thought. I just went.
I know you didn't.
knee jerk decision there.
We've got some negative Nellies that talk about our planet. It's the only one we got. I mean, we got others, but the only one we got to live on right now anyway.
Your 2 cents, and we'll get into what y'all have to say here in just a little bit. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window studio. Hope you can hang out with us this morning.
Looking for something to take your mind off this traffic? How about a true story of instant success? Did you hear about the 2 friends who went grocery shopping in Ashland City and picked up everything on their list plus $75,000? Or the one where a truck driver made a last-minute stop off Interstate 40 and drove off with a cool $1 million? All their lives changed in an instant, and yours could too. So stop by your local retailer for your chance with instant games from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing, life-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Living in Tennessee, I knew my child had many options for college, but I didn't realize the full support available until we discovered the University of Tennessee system. UT Promise, a scholarship for families earning under $75,000, was a game changer, ensuring my child could attend college without the burden of debt. After visiting UT's 5 campuses, I knew we'd found the perfect fit. Explore the same opportunities for your child at findyourut.com. 5 campuses, one just for you.
Do you ever feel like gambling is causing financial strain or hurting your relationships? The Gambling Clinic has been helping people change their gambling habits for over 2 decades. With physical clinics and remote online appointments, we're here to help you make informed decisions about your gambling. Visit us at thegamblingclinic.com so we can work together to help you win back your life. This project is funded by the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services. Brought to you by the Tennessee Gambling Clinic, the Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Hey guys, this is Jeff Root, General Manager at Ford of Cookeville. Are you tired of spending your precious time driving to and from our dealership for your service needs? That's why we are excited to announce Ford Pickup and Delivery and Ford Mobile Service. With Ford Pickup and Delivery from Ford of Cookeville, we come to you. Our factory-trained technicians perform expert service right where you are. Want to learn more about Ford Pickup and Delivery and Ford Mobile Service? Come see us, 1600 Interstate Drive, or visit us online anytime at FordLagonaCookeville.com.
This great country was founded on freedom, and that was freedom from a country that forced us to buy overpriced tea and then tried blockading us when we dumped their tea into the ocean. How'd that work out for them? Well, it's time now to throw out your overpriced big wireless contract, throw it overboard. My friends at Pure Talk, my cell phone company, says no to inflated prices, and with a qualifying plan of just $45 a month, you can choose a free iPhone 14 or free Samsung Galaxy. And yes, this is for premium service. You get unlimited talk, unlimited text, 25 gigs of data, mobile hotspot. You get all of it at a fraction of the price of AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. Also, they use the same 5G network. So get your free iPhone 14 or your Samsung Galaxy. You simply dial pound 250. You say the keyword Pure Talk and check in with Pure Talk and their U.S. customer service team and make the switch. Pound 250, keywords Pure Talk from Pure Talk, America's wireless company.
1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Morning Cookeville.
Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila here in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:20 now.
I'm gonna let them in. We're like, when we giggle like that, there's no telling what we've been saying behind the scenes, and I know people want to like take a little peek.
Well, it's I always say it's when Sheila starts I call her the weed eater, because she'll get started talking about something and she'll tell you a little something about it. Then she'll remember a little bit something else about it. Then she'll remember a little something else about it.
Gets me excited.
And then
boom, I'm off.
And then you just kind of have to. And then it was like, hey.
And you know, when Jason first said that about me, she's a weed eater, and she just starts a little slow, and then all of a sudden she's going. I'm like, who does he think he is? And then I was doing it one time on the phone to somebody, and I'm like, dadgummit, he's right. He's so right. And now it's funny because I'm like, okay, he's right.
Yeah. Well, Sheila's like starting a 2-stroke motor, man. I tell you.
I do. When I get excited, I can't help it. And then I'll think of something. Okay. Now it's time for your 2 cents. Let's get it back on. Your 2 cents is brought to you by Freedom Pond Now you've messed me
in
up.
Sparta, 49 Mayberry Street.
Yes.
From guns to guitars, they got it all. Here's your 2
Jason.
cents.
If someone asked you to rename Earth, what would you call it?
Well, knee-jerk reaction, I would put my name in there somehow. I might try to just doll my name up. Probably Planet Jason's a little bit too much, but
that sounds like a big party place.
Yeah, so it sounds like something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but make it sound smarter. I don't know. Like Jason Unton, none.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Just trying to make it sound more planet-y.
More planet-y, yeah.
There's Saturn, Venus, Mars.
Besides Earth, what was your next favorite planet? Because, that's our home.
Well, I don't know. I don't have a next favorite planet. We can't live on any of them, so why would I like them?
Saturn's always pretty when you see it through the little telescope.
Yeah, I don't even like being in Alabama.
Let alone in the universe.
Right.
I can't even imagine. Can you?
Right.
Here's what some of the others are saying. They just said, Adam goes, I just call it home.
Yeah. But then E.T. would be phoning here. And then that movie wouldn't make sense anymore. So, next.
All right. Tex has a good one. He goes, America. Because, we're renaming everything.
Name everything America.
I got you, Tex. That was funny.
Yeah.
Chris said he'd name it Trash.
Well,
Chris.
There's parts of it, but.
There's parts of it, but all the world. Jim, he said Highway to Hell.
Well,
See, I told you there was some negatives.
Well, you know what? There's some parts of it.
But it's pretty amazing when you think of all of it.
I don't know how you could call it a highway to hell. There's so many pretty things about it.
Johnny Ferguson said, just rename it Trumpville.
Maybe.
Kevin might be onto something. Not negative, maybe right on. He said Planet Crazy.
Well, that'd be hard to argue with. And it's been that way. It's been that way.
Yeah, it has been. It's crazy.
It's just we have better crazy dealers now. Before, the crazy was in the background. You kind of had to go look for crazy.
Yeah.
Well, now
they're like, hey.
Now we got 5 channels in our phone that's
Right.
like, have you seen this crazy?
Yes.
Look at this crazy.
Yeah, everybody's recording crazy or live
Look at
streaming.
this crazy. Have you seen this crazy
I mean,
yet?
we're even live streaming. So, yes, Planet Crazy.
Look at that crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Camera's pointing at Sheila for those of you listening on the radio.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's all we've got. I guess
right.
that was harder than I thought because there's not like a whole lot of answers, and some were negative, some were positive, some were like meh.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I think we take a lot for granted, is what I think.
That's a hard one there to really think about. And going back to that tourism thing yesterday. And being a tourist again in your own hometown or your own region.
We do take a lot for granted. I mean, think of that.
Much beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
I live 8 minutes from B-Rock. You know the last time I went to B-Rock was?
3 years ago.
When Joe Sims got married.
Okay, he's got 2 grown children now.
Through college.
Grown adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw a picture of it
At least 30 years ago.
Yeah. I saw a picture of it yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh, that is beautiful.
Right.
Why don't I ever just take the 8-minute drive to go, wow.
I think it's not that we don't think it's gorgeous and appreciate that we've got it here. It's like, okay, we can do that some other day because it's just right down the
It's
road.
just 8 minutes down the road.
And then before you know it, time has passed and you're like, when's the last time I've done that? And it is fun. And they're all free things we can do.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just an idiot and don't think about it.
And it's just fun to get outside. And we work all the time. And now at our age, we're just like, the weekend, that's for rest.
It is. I need to get some
need to
sleep.
catch up on things around the house and just lounging.
But I'll say this, too, about tourism, and I didn't know this, and this is from an independent research that tourism had done.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so you would think if you look at all the places in the state where people spent money on tourism, sure, you'd think we would get some, but you'd probably put Nashville.
Well, East Tennessee, it's like one of the, Smoky Mountains are one of the most visited parks in America.
Gatlinburg, you'd put all of that in there. Money-wise, the 14 counties of the Upper Cumberland did better than Gatlinburg and the Smokies.
That blows my mind.
Money-wise, more tourism dollars are brought in here.
People
than there.
are coming here more than East Tennessee.
Yeah, because the traffic's terrible.
Yeah.
All the natural beauty's covered up with, go-kart tracks. It's not what it used to be.
Yeah.
Well, here you can still go out and have some adventure, some real nature adventure. There's all the hiking trails, all the caves, all the waterfalls,
Yeah.
the lakes. I mean, when they were going through all that stuff, I was like, holy smokes.
See, that's how important it is to get the word out and how tourism, marketing for this area.
Oh, my eyes were open yesterday, and the only thing I could think of is just that I need to become an Upper Cumberland tourist.
Yeah.
And go out and go experience this stuff. Like I was telling you earlier. Sorry, McMinnville. I'm sorry, Smithville.
Yeah.
I haven't done enough stuff in Smithville.
And I mean, seriously, when I've been saying, and it's not just a cliche. Every town has its own little personality. It's all pretty great.
Right.
But it has its own little feel, and it's all nice. It's great.
This kind of blew me away too, as far as dollars that have come in from traveling.
Yes.
Who do you think is doing better, Cookeville or Crossville, money wise?
My first guess would be Cookeville, but then I think of the Playhouse and then Buc-ee's.
You nailed it.
So it is Crossville.
Crossville.
I thought it would be pretty.
And the Cumberland County Playhouse and Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's really added to
Buc-ee's
Crossville.
is a tourist destination. I mean, how many people get off. Oh, here's Buc-ee's. Let's get off here.
I didn't understand it until Crossville got a Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
You know, and then I was like, Buc-ee's is its own world.
It's its own thing.
Yeah.
And
and it is really, I know it is so busy when you go in there and there's so much stimulation. I'm like, oh, over here, over there. There's something everywhere.
There's no way in the world I'd go into Buc-ee's.
There's a brilliance about Buc-ee's.
Yeah,
I wish I would have come up with all that.
I never will go into Buc-ee's with you.
It's, well.
I don't have 45 minutes to spend.
I wasn't in there that long. Me and Piper both went the other day.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Because we had some clients to visit, and we did good. Because we set an agenda. We can't waste a lot of time. So we got in, checked it out a little bit, then we had to go somewhere. Because I said we could get lost a long time in Buc-ee's.
Never to be seen again. I would just encourage, everyone to become a local tourist.
Yeah.
And, because there's a lot of stuff that we've missed. Spoiler alert is coming up next. That's the latest going on in the world of Hollywood and entertainment and music. We'll get to that in just a little bit here on Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Window studio. We'll be right back.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Multiple Cumberland County residents have reported a scam that's falsely claiming a deed of transfer of their property. Register of Deeds Trey Curley issued a warning about the incidents Tuesday. He said scammers are attempting to solicit money from victims. They're asked to contact your Register of Deeds office if you receive a similar letter in the mail. Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter calling January another steady month for construction. He said the county issued 24 permits totaling $5.5 million in construction, 16 of those for single-family residential homes. In comparison, January 2024 had 22 permits for $3.9 million. The Allgood City Council will consider next week an ordinance reverting to the city's prior personnel policy for the appointment of department heads. In 2024, the City Council changed personnel policy language, giving council the responsibility to approve or reject the city administrator's appointment of department heads. The ordinance up for vote Tuesday would take away that responsibility from council. That's the news from WHUB.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. On UCR last night, the Livingston Academy Lady Wildcats upset the #1 team in the UC Upperman 47-43. Pickett County boys and girls swept Red Boiling Springs, while the Cookeville girls got back in the win column 65-22 against Laverne. The Upperman boys beat LA 67-44, and the Cookeville boys fell to Laverne 49-45. The Dallas Mavericks continued to be active before the trade deadline as they sent Quentin Grimes to the 76ers for Caleb Martin and a second-round pick in 2025. The Mavs and Grimes tried to come to an extension deal this fall, but never got the deal done. Martin comes to Dallas scoring 9.1 points per game and 4.4 rebounds per contest. In the NBA last night, the Mavericks lost for a second straight time after trading away their superstar as they fell to the 76ers 118-116. The Celtics topped the Cavaliers 112-105, Knicks over the Raptors 121-115, and the Rockets fell to the Nets 99-97. In college basketball, number 12 St. John's got a win against number 11 Marquette 70-64. Florida beat Vanderbilt 86-75. Purdue topped Iowa on the road 90-81. And number 25 Ole Miss beat number 14 Kentucky 98-84. It's now 2 losses in a row for the Wildcats. I'm Jacob Vinson, and that was the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
The UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, brought to you by One Bank. The Fox Business Report is brought to you by Paul Winkler Incorporated, now with an office in Cookeville, creating confident investors. PaulWinkler.com.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Shares of Alphabet, parent of Google, are skidding down nearly 7%, though its earnings for the recent quarter were better than expected. Alphabet's cloud business is growing at a slower pace, and investors are concerned about Alphabet's plans to spend $75 billion on its business this year. Nissan and Honda's merger might not happen. In a statement, Nissan says no decision has been reached, but one option is scrapping the agreement. A decision is expected in mid-February. Santander is reporting a stronger than expected quarter and will buy back $10 billion worth of stock. Santander is Spain's biggest bank with a large presence in the U.S. Shares are up nearly 8%. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Something amazing is happening in video conferencing. People are showing up in big ways. That's because CDW is building collaborative and connected video and audio environments with HP Poly. With Noise Block AI to silence distractions and group framing to highlight speakers, everyone on your team gets to shine. Make amazing happen. HP Poly and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/poly.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
We'll start the day dry, but clouds and some rain on the way by late this afternoon into the evening. Daytime highs will be in the mid-60s. Overnight, we'll fall back into the 40s, and we'll keep the rain in the picture all the way through at least Friday, probably into Saturday as well, with daytime highs well above normal in the 70s by Friday, overnight lows in the 40s.
Good morning, Cookeville. With Jason and Sheila.
On 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. 6:36 now.
A high today around 62. Let me see what we're at right now. I forgot to check. 49 right now, and it's going to be a little cloudy later on this afternoon. We might get some rain as well, so take along your rain jacket.
I hope so. I think that'll help everybody's headache and sinuses a little bit, hopefully. Spoiler alert time. Things going on in the world of entertainment and music. Christina Ricci's going to be on Jimmy Fallon. The cast of Cobra Kai will be on there as well on Jimmy Fallon. Damon Wayans and Damon Wayans Jr. on Stephen Colbert.
Those two are so funny together.
And that's about it.
I know he's the daddy, but you can tell it's like, that's my boy, but also my buddy.
Right. On regular TV tonight, you got Hollywood Squares, Super Bowl greatest commercials, funniest of all time.
I'll watch that. That'd be great.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's some that we've forgotten about.
Oh, yeah. There's some very creative ones.
Celebrity Jeopardy is on ABC.
So that's some of the stuff I can get right.
It is some of the lowest ratings ever for Jeopardy, for Celebrity Jeopardy.
Because the real smart ones don't watch that.
Well, no, and I think people are over celebrities.
I'm over them thinking so much of themselves. I'll be honest.
I think celebrity is kind of like, you're either a big time star or you're.
You know how that reminds me at the Grammys. Let me tell you. Now I've taken up for Taylor Swift several times.
You have.
But I kind of was over her at the Grammys. Because there are so many young ones now that are so talented, and when they're on stage and you're the only one standing and dancing, okay, I know. Oh, she was just having a good time, is what people
I know. That's what I want to believe about her.
But I'm thinking, let them have their moment. Let's not take away from them.
I agree with that.
There's a time when we just need to sit down and hush.
That little Sabrina Carpenter, she's enough.
And you know what? She does make you want to get up and dance now.
And I've got a story about her coming
She's
up
adorable.
in just a little bit that I think we're all going to really like. Okay?
Let me say something good, though, about Taylor. She looked beautiful.
Special Forces World's Toughest Test. That's on Fox. Wild Cards. That's on the CW series premiere of that. And a series premiere on HGTV, Izzy Does It. On streaming, we got Celebrity Bear Hunt.
Celebrity bear hunt. Does that sound problematic? I may watch that just
Yeah, I need to see who's in that.
let's giggle. Yeah.
For some reason, that sounds like something Rob Schneider would be on.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Yeah, that's on Netflix. Envious season 2 is also on Netflix. Prison Cell 211 season 1 on Netflix. So Netflix got quite a few things coming out today, and Love You to Death. That's on Apple TV Plus, and probably going to be Sheila's new favorite show.
Excuse me, y'all.
I didn't even put the camera on you right when you started coughing. I was expecting a good comeback from the death show.
I was thinking of it, and then I got choked up.
All right. The 67th Grammy Awards, which aired Sunday night, got 15.4 million viewers, down nearly 9% from 2024. And that was a record low then at 16.9. So these celebrity pat on the back shows just keep getting lower and lower ratings.
I think people are just kind of done with them topping themselves and patting each other on the back. And I think people also get kind of tired of all the political statements. It's like, one, thank everybody that was in your entourage when you made your album and
move along.
Yeah.
Comedian Amber Ruffin.
I'm sorry.
Sheila, hold it down over there.
I'm trying.
I'm trying to do a radio/TV show.
I'm so sorry. Oh, I thought I felt so much better, and all of a sudden there's a tickle, and I'm trying to hold it back, and then it gets it worse. I apologize.
Comedian Amber Ruffin will host this year's White House Correspondents' Dinner. That's April 26th in Washington, D.C. The comedy series How to Die Alone has been canceled after one season on Hulu.
The comedy series.
Yeah. Peacock canceled the horror thriller series Hysteria after one season as well. I've never seen either one of those.
But I did have the album.
Hysteria.
It took you a moment, didn't it? I'm trying to make up for the comeback that I didn't have for you when I coughed.
I got you. Will Travis Kelce propose to Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl? I'm going to say no. He took questions yesterday morning at the traditional Super Bowl week press conference, and of course, reporters were interested in his love life. So one of them asked if he had plans to pop the question. He was ready to answer with, wouldn't you like to know? Why even leave it open, dude? You're just asking for it now.
Well, he's wanting people to watch. But, I mean, it's a Super Bowl.
People are going to watch.
Right.
I don't think you need to tease us with a proposal at the end. You know,
He doesn't seem like the type that, maybe I'm wrong, that would do it like in front of everybody.
Yeah.
You think he will?
I don't know. I mean, this isn't
They're both stars.
It's in a Lifetime movie, man.
Right.
It's tackle football.
Right. Let's get to it.
You know, you do whatever you want to when this thing's over, but
I'm having a rough morning. I'm sorry.
it's all right, shit. Now here's the story I think that that you'll like. So Sabrina Carpenter, she performed at the Grammys, and she got some big hits. I mean, you know, a couple of big hits.
Oh yeah. I mean, she came on like a storm.
Yeah.
Boom.
And her biggest hit is Please, Please, Please. And she did that at the Grammys and all that. I mean, it really is a fun little song to listen to. Well, guess who's going to help her do a remix of it for her deluxe edition Short and Sweet album?
Did I read this? I think, is it a Tennessee girl?
It is.
Dolly.
So Dolly and Sabrina Carpenter are going to do a duet with Please, Please, Please for the deluxe Short and Sweet album for Sabrina Carpenter. That's going to sound so cool. You can't speak anymore. She's done spoke out, guys. It finally happened.
I have to excuse myself.
Well, we're at the end of that anyway. So coming up next, it's the Real Good. So stick around for that. Also, it's Ask Sheila, round 3 of Ask Sheila on the way here on Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Window studio.
Discover the savings at Freedom Pawn, located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta. We're not your typical pawn shop. Explore our extensive selection of jewelry, tools, gaming systems, knives, and guitars, perfect for any enthusiast. For the archery lover, we offer Barnett crossbows and other top brands. And don't forget, we're your trusted guns and ammo store with the best selection around. Visit us today. Just look for the Bigfoot in front of the store and see why Freedom Pawn in Sparta is your ultimate destination for great deals.
You work hard to provide a better life for your family. The only problem is that you now have a tax bill that you can't afford to pay. The IRS is now threatening to garnish your wages and put a levy on your bank account. You can't ignore the IRS. They won't go away on their own. You need help, and you need it now. Call the Tax Pros at United Tax Fix today. Call 800-762-2768. That's 800-762-2768.
Hey folks, this is Paul Winkler. Have you ever really spent time planning for life after work? If not, you're not alone. For most, it's a scary thought. Making sense of investments, Social Security, Medicare. To make it worse, the advice people typically get is from salespeople or family members who got their information from salespeople. We are here to take the mystery and fear out of retirement. The next step is yours. Call 615-851-1950 or go to paulwinkler.com. That website is paulwinkler.com, creating confident investors.
And now located in Cookeville.
Join us for A Woman's Heart on Thursday, February 6th. Sponsored by Tennessee Heart, the event will include great dinner, heart health seminar by Dr. Noel Torres, and presentation of the Martin Coffey Cardiovascular Service Award. Learn more at cookvilleregionalcharity.org.
Need a little help with home repairs? The Habitat for Humanity Critical Repair Program is here to lend a hand. We're accepting applications now through February 14th for non-emergency repairs like plumbing, roofing, and more. Visit uchabitat.org and click the Critical Repairs Program tab to apply, or stop by our office at 1546 East Spring Street, Suite B. Don't wait. Applications must be postmarked by February 14th. Habitat for Humanity, helping you make your home a better place. Equal opportunity provider. Discrimination is prohibited by federal law.
The gas industry makes gas smell. We do it on purpose, to let people know when gas is present. If you smell gas in your home, call the gas department immediately, day or night. Then, after you call, don't flip any electrical switches or light matches until the serviceman has inspected your home. Help us keep natural gas the safest energy there is. Natural gas. Energy for life. This message brought to you in the interest of safety from the Cookeville Gas Department in cooperation with the Tennessee Public Utility Commission.
Hey, life doesn't stop when cancer starts. Some don't make it to treatment simply because they don't have a ride. You can change that. Volunteer to drive with the American Cancer Society Road to Recovery program. Visit cancer.org/drive to learn more.
Jason and Sheila.
Good morning, Cookeville.
1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila with you. We're live in the Willow Window studio. It's 6:47 now.
We're happy about our guests that are coming in from Tennessee Tech. The men's basketball coach, John Pelfrey, will be in after 7. Also, Jamie Langford, the Chocolate Festival is coming up.
Come on now.
It's this Saturday, I believe.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Man.
So she's going to talk more about that, and we'll find out what's going on and which stops you need to make. And, guys, that's a good thing for you to take your girls to.
That's right.
We love that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
and they're going to have, like, little special gift bags and things like that.
Every day, me and Sheila, we go through these news stories, try to find some that are positive and uplifting. We call it The Real Good. A company in Southern California called Tombot has created a robotic dog named Genie, which is a pet powered by artificial intelligence and designed to provide comfort and companionship to those facing mental health and cognitive challenges. So it's like a support dog, but you don't have to feed it. Genie was inspired by a personal tragedy experienced by Tombot CEO Tom Stevens. When his mother Nancy was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, the family had to make the heart-wrenching decision to rehome her beloved dog, Golden Bear. because couldn't take care of Golden Bear anymore.
Yeah.
So that motivated Tom to put the team together to create Genie, lifelike touch sensors, puppy sounds, does all the stuff. But you know, when Mama's got to go to the home, you can turn it off.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't have to take it
kind
out.
of a dark thing, but it's a good thing. You know what I mean?
Don't have to take it to go potty or feed it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, if you got somebody with Alzheimer's,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that makes perfect sense. It's one of those things that sounds crazy.
But it sounds like a great creation when you really think about it.
Right.
And
When,
what it helps.
when you start thinking,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, well that does make sense. A Michigan woman's Christmas tradition of buying scratch-off tickets as gift turned into a big holiday miracle. She won $1 million on the ticket she kept for herself. You know, you always buy I'm going to keep this.
I'll keep this one.
I'll get this one for me. And she won $1 million.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Coach is here. He's really tall.
He's really tall. Coach Pelfrey, we'll be talking to him in just a little bit.
So yeah, we'll get to him in just a little bit, but you know, I
He
think
got your attention, didn't he?
I was like, "Who's that tall dude out there?"
Oh yeah, that's Coach Pelfrey.
Well, you know, when you see him on the sideline, he just looks normal because everybody else is
Hooper Evelyn is so huge too, and then
all
the
the
players are taller than him.
right. All the players are tall, so he looks like he's like my size.
Yeah.
But then
You're like, whoa, he's really tall.
I forgot he played ball at Kentucky.
And you're used to seeing me 5'3".
Yeah. All right, well, it's time for Ask Sheila.
Huh.
Oh, all those people are real good.
Yeah, real good. And Coach Pelfrey, real good.
That was almost more of a shock than the cop was yesterday.
Well, it's like usually you don't let anything phase you.
Yeah, I was like,
And you're like, whoa, he really just, for those of you who can't see him, he's like, took a step back, like, whoa.
all right, Sheila, you ready for Ask Sheila?
I'm ready. I hope I don't have a coughing fit in the middle of it.
Well, if you do, we'll just count it wrong and move on.
That doesn't sound fair.
Let's see here. This looks, it looks like it's all about weather.
Okay.
So that should be a good hint
Okay.
throughout all these.
Weather in mind.
Yeah. A recent survey says there are 500,000 tweets about this topic every day.
Could it be weather?
Sheila, oh my gosh.
You basically told me that answer.
That was great.
Thanks, Jason. I don't know how I would have done it without you.
All right, next question, number 2.
Okay.
On Ask Sheila. Round 3 for the week. If you want to burn 400 calories in an hour, do this. What is it?
It's about what? Build a snowman?
Close.
Oh, probably shoveling the sidewalk or something.
Shovel in the snow is the answer, Sheila.
I've heard too. You got to be careful because there's some people that have a heart attack shoveling. They don't realize how out of breath and everything they are because it's so cold.
Yeah. I'll
be careful.
I'll give you a hint. If you got a good enough leaf blower, you don't need to shovel the snow.
You know, that's a great idea.
That's the only way to do it.
And a lot more fun.
I mean, sometimes you get those big wet snows that you can't do, but most of the ones we get around here, you can just get out there with your leaf blower and blow it off.
I'll tell Tim that. He'll love that.
Yeah.
He likes to play in the snow anyway.
That's my snow hack.
Yeah. That's a pretty good idea, though.
Yeah. And then I'll throw down a little bit of salt too, because I don't want Donna slipping and falling.
You take care of those girls.
Right.
Yeah.
Take care of y'all at the radio station too. Had that whole parking lot
You really were good.
salted.
I mean, you were out there, and I was kind of worried you were going to fall, but no, you got out there for all the ladies.
That's right. I take care of you girls. All right. Last question here. When severe weather is forecast, the 2 top-selling items at their grocery store are beer and this. I know you thought it was going to be milk and eggs.
I thought milk and bread.
Not.
Milk, bread, and eggs.
It's beer and this. are the top selling items when severe weather is forecast?
Cereal.
Close.
It's not milk.
No,
It's a breakfast item.
it is.
Like
You're all around it.
I'm dancing around it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not eggs.
It's not eggs. No.
Some kind of pastry.
Yes, it is some kind of pastry. It's Pop-Tarts.
Oh, I wouldn't have got Pop-Tarts, but that makes sense.
Beer and Pop-Tarts.
Beer and Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
That sounds like a college guy's dream. Let's have some beer and Pop-Tarts. It's snowing.
I mean, come on.
Pop-Tart. And that's easy. They can just put it in a little toaster.
That just makes sense now that you
Yeah.
think about it.
But I wouldn't have guessed that was the two top sellers. I would think bread, milk, and eggs.
Well, I think it's because we make the joke about it all the time. Oh, we're getting some snow. Better go get some milk and bread.
But that's always what's empty.
I know, but
Bread, milk, and eggs. Like when it's about to snow, all of that's cleared out.
maybe we live in a more wholesome area than the rest of the
We certainly do.
rest
We're
of
so much
America.
better, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why we've got such good tourism in the Upper Cumberland. They're coming here.
Ain't we great? So wholesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so there you go. So I guess next time you just say screw it, go get you some beer and Pop-Tarts.
That just sounds horrible to me.
Yeah.
Horrible combination.
Right. Today is National Chocolate Fondue Day.
Ooh.
That's for those of you with class like me. That's where you stick something in like a chocolate goo and eat it off a stick.
Yeah. No double dipping though.
I mean, I went to my first fondue restaurant.
Yeah.
And they give you this thing to cook it yourself, like you're gonna cook the meat yourself.
Uh-huh. I know, it's like a weird experience,
like,
isn't it?
What the heck? I hated it.
If I have something that is in front of me, there better be somebody else doing it and showing off, like
That's right.
at the hibachi grill.
Right. Yeah. I went fondue one time. I was like, I'm never doing that again.
I mean, why am I going to pay somebody else to do something I do at home?
Yeah, I remember they brought all that stuff out raw. I was like,
You're like, what is this?
what am I supposed to do with it?
Yeah.
It's like when the doctor asked if I wanted to cut the umbilical cord. Like, well,
That's your job.
what am I paying you for, bro?
It's true. I'm not a big fondue restaurant girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I was afraid, and nothing against it, but I was afraid I'd give my kids an Audi if I did it wrong.
Very smart. Yeah.
So anyway, the doctor.
I'm glad you thought about that.
Today is National Girls and Women in Sports Day.
Woohoo.
Which, that's women's sports is growing so fast.
It
right
is. Yeah.
National Shower with a Friend Day.
I ain't doing that.
I ain't doing that.
Unless it's my husband, Tim. But that's for another day.
That's different friends.
That's not the same type. Shower with a friend? Mm-mm. I don't even want to discuss this.
Yeah, I don't think that's... it's also National Weather Forecasters Day.
Oh, we had the questions about weather.
Yeah. So
Good job, Jason.
yesterday, did you hear Tommy G doing the weather for us? He was
I did.
filling in for Scooter. Anthony Taylor for Cumberland Weather. Here's to you, buddy.
Here's to you, Anthony Taylor.
All right, Sheila, favorite Nashville weatherman ever in your life?
It would have to be, Bill
Hall.
Bill Hall.
You'd have. Yeah,
I mean, he was so lovable.
I know. I really like Bill Hall. But I tell you who doesn't get the credit that they deserve.
Who's that?
I'm a huge fan of because he's just a super good dude. And he takes the weather serious, but he's still out in the community having fun with people. Davis Nolan from Channel 2.
Yeah, he really does care, and he knows this area. I tell you what, though, I love Danielle Breezy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He's my current favorite one. I do love, everybody on Channel 2 is pretty good.
Yeah, I like Channel 2 weather.
Got some really great ones.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Davis, he's just been there for so long. I think people do take him for
I
granted.
think so. I'm going to miss the heck out of Davis Nolan when he's gone.
There's a lot of them that's retired on this that really cared about
I'm
their
trying to think of some of the others, but I can't off the top of my head. Bill Hall and Davis Nolan are the
Bill Hall really made it good. I mean, and he told us.
Snowbird.
Yes. I mean, he acted like Snowbird with his buddy.
We got the coach of the men's basketball team over at Tennessee Tech, John Pelfrey, coming up next. Hang out with us.
This is News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub. Good morning, Cookeville. W299BY, 107.7 FM, and AM 1400, WHUB Cookeville.
It's a radical new plan for Gaza where a ceasefire still holds. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip.
And President Trump wants to demolish all the war destruction in Gaza and develop it into like a Riviera for the Middle East. And Fox's Jared Halpern reports from the White House.
President Trump says he won't roll out deploying U.S. troops to support a U.S.-owned reconstruction of Gaza.
We'll do what is necessary. If it's necessary, we'll do that.
Standing alongside Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the president says he wants the U.S. to take ownership of Gaza and have Palestinians resettled in Jordan, Egypt, and elsewhere.
And this is Netanyahu's reaction.
He sees a different future for that piece of land that has been the focus of so much terrorism.
Others in the region are less enthusiastic. Saudi Arabia, an important U.S. ally, saying it would never establish ties with Israel without the creation of a Palestinian state. Rejection, too, from Gaza's neighbour Egypt and one of Europe's only mainly Muslim countries, Turkey. Hamas calling the plan a recipe for chaos.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. President Trump just posted on Truth Social about Iran that it cannot have a nuclear weapon, adding, reports the U.S. and Israel will blow Iran into smithereens are greatly exaggerated, adding he instead wants a verified nuclear peace agreement with Iran. Another Trump post congratulates Pam Bondi, who will be sworn in today as Attorney General after the Senate confirmed Bondi last night. There's a manhunt for a gunman who went on a shooting spree at the warehouse where he works and then fled last night in New Albany, Ohio.
It's a suburb of Columbus, Ohio. At least one person is dead and 5 others have been transported to local hospitals. The extent of their injuries remains unknown. The shooting happened inside a plant that makes cosmetics.
Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer, a police officer shot dead in North Las Vegas, Nevada, when he confronted a gunman who was also killed in return fire. America's listening to Fox News.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. But don't just take our word for it. Here's Jackie and Veronica, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Just call or click to see how much you can save today. Because when it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit ConsumerCellular.com. That's 1-888-FREEDOM or ConsumerCellular.com today. Real people pay to share their opinions in this ad. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
We mentioned Pam Bondi, confirmed by the Senate and set to be sworn in today as the new U.S. Attorney General. Here are the details on the vote.
Pennsylvania's John Fetterman was the only Democrat to vote for Bondi, the former Florida AG. Both the Justice Department and FBI have been under scrutiny by Democrats after Deputy Attorney General Emil Bove directed the acting FBI director to identify all current and former Bureau employees assigned to January 6th cases for internal review. The effort prompted FBI agents to file 2 separate lawsuits Tuesday. Bondi has repeatedly said she will not use her position to advance any political agenda. Tom Rigotti, Fox News.
The Senate also confirmed Doug Collins as Veterans Affairs Secretary, and 2 committees voted to advance 2 controversial Trump nominees despite no Democratic support.
Making Robert Kennedy Secretary of Health and Human Services, in my view, colleagues, would be a grave threat
to the health of the American people.
Senator Ron Wyden calls RFK Jr. a conspiracy theorist and a vaccine skeptic, but Republicans advanced him out of the Finance Committee. Tulsi Gabbard, also on a party line vote, advanced out of the Intel Committee to be Director of National Intelligence. No dates are set yet for the full Senate confirmation votes for Gabbard and Kennedy. A setback for President Trump in court in one of his many controversial executive orders.
The ruling from a federal judge in Washington, D.C. temporarily blocks the transfer of 3 transgendered women to men's facilities. The lawsuit prompting the ruling was filed by the prisoners after President Trump's executive order signed on his first day in office, which aims to prevent men from being housed in women's prisons. The judge's ruling also prevents the termination of the prisoners' hormone therapy. The judge finding that the prisoners' lawyers would likely be able to prove that the president's executive order violated the Eighth Amendment prohibition against cruel and unusual punishment. Kevin Ureski, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are falling the day after a rebound from Monday's sell-off. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Multiple Cumberland County residents have reported a scam that's falsely claiming a deed of transfer of their property. Register of Deeds Trey Curley issued a warning about the incidents Tuesday. He said scammers are attempting to solicit money from victims. You're asked to contact your Register of Deeds office if you receive a similar letter in the mail. Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter calling January another steady month for construction. He said the county issued 24 permits totaling $5.5 million in construction, 16 of those for single-family residential homes. In comparison, January 2024 had 22 permits for $3.9 million. The Allgood City Council will consider next week an ordinance reverting to the city's prior personnel policy for the appointment of department heads. In 2024, the City Council changed personnel policy language, giving council the responsibility to approve or reject the city administrator's appointment of department heads. The ordinance up for vote Tuesday would take away that responsibility from council. That's the news from WHUB.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:06.
We're excited to have Tennessee Tech head men's basketball coach John Pelfrey in with us. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Well, thank you for having me. Good
Well,
morning, Cookeville.
Yeah, good morning, Cookeville. I like that. Well, he's won me over.
Yeah, right. We were talking about it with Coach Kim Roseman about just how fun Hooper Eblin is, and that it's good family entertainment. The price is still low. It's and then you get to watch good basketball too.
Well, Coach Robert's done a great job for a long period of time. They're 10-2 again, and obviously women's basketball at Tennessee Tech has a long and storied history of greatness, and she's done a great job of continuing that. And certainly our basketball team right now is on a hot streak. We've won 3 of our last 4 on the road. Had a really tough road.
Going to Moorhead and winning is no joke.
Yeah, so we're excited getting back, and I agree with you. We've got a beautiful arena. We've got there's a lot of excitement right now. Our crowds are growing, and certainly the students are back in session, and we're looking for a big student turnout on Thursday. There's a lot of excitement and talk on campus there with that. But one of my favorite parts of the whole deal is Golden Eagle Brass. And
yes.
Dr. Miller does a great job with those guys, and those kids are so energetic, enthusiastic. They really change our environment.
They are one of the most fun things to watch, and
especially if you're a Tech fan.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure the visitors think, who are these kids?
It doesn't matter. They are so entertaining.
They're great.
Yeah.
It adds a whole other atmosphere.
Yeah.
It does. It completely changes the environment. I think people don't really understand, too, how hard those kids work. They're like athletes, too. They're going to school. they're not only performing in the band, the Golden Eagle Brass is separate from the big band, but they've also got their own recitals and stuff throughout the course of the semester.
Well, I didn't know that.
They work as hard as our athletes do.
I just think because the way it looks and feels is, well, it's a basketball game. I guess we better grab our instruments, get down there and raise a little hell.
That's what it's so cool about it. You know they work hard, but
Yeah.
they make it so much fun.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you mentioned them because they do add a lot to the in-game experience. And I think that's what maybe people who haven't been to a basketball game in a while or never been is they may not know that the in-game experience is as good as you can find anywhere in the country.
One, I think it's really important too. We got our cheer coach, Sydney Hickerson. She does a great job with our cheerleaders, our dance program, and they compete on a national level. And it's serious. It's Division I basketball, and there's a lot of elements go into it. It's not just us. It's not just me. It's not just the players. We want this to be Cookeville's team.
Yeah. Well, and we were talking about, last year the injury bug was just, I think there was times, if you could feel the team, I know it wasn't ever that bad, but
it was pretty close.
But the injury bug really got you last year. It was a tough year, but this year, you've really come out here with these past. Are you peaking at the right time? I know basketball kind of has the ebb and flow to it, but
certainly it does at this level with your non-conference schedule being really challenging, having to play some of the Power 4 schools and raise a little bit of money. Schools out too, there's other things going on, football still going on, so you're going to end up playing more road games than you do home games. But you do all of that to kind of get ready for conference play. We've played pretty well. We've had a couple of starters be out for extended length of time. Mekhi Cameron's out for the year. But we've also got a couple guys back here recently, which I think has helped us. Every one of these games has been close, but the addition of a couple of players that have been out have really helped us here of late, and we're excited about the next 8 games. I think we're positioned well, and the competition is fierce, and the coaching is great. But we're looking forward to Thursday night. It's a big night for us.
How there's one guy on the team, and I can't say his name because it's a really long name. His name's almost as tall as he is. He's ginormous.
Oh yeah, David Craig, young man from South Africa.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Craig, he's like 7'2", and
I thought
You're getting the name mixed up.
Getting the name mixed up. Then
you're also probably thinking about Daniel Abunaway.
Yes, Abunaway. Yes,
he's our starting power forward. He's about 6'6", 6'7", and he was one of the guys that had an injury earlier in the year. He broke his hand, and our medical team got him back in like 2.5 weeks from surgery.
Wow,
that's amazing.
And he's back and playing really well right now. He's we've made some adjustments to our lineup. We've gone a little bit bigger. We've kind of moved him down to the small forward position, which gives him a real size advantage. And just an incredible kid. We've got really good young men. I think that's one of the reasons I want to encourage people to come out. We kind of play the right way. We take care of the basketball. We're first in the league in assists. We're second in the league in three-point shots made. We've got a young man who shoots almost 60% from the field, and Rodney Johnson.
Wow.
Jalen Johnson, our little point guard, leads the league in assists. Matthew Sells from
that guy's got swag.
He does.
Even just up and down the court, you can tell.
I love it.
You can tell he's the stylish one of the bunch. I don't know if he is or not, but he looks like he'd be the guy that if you went out on the town with, you're not dressing as good as him.
He makes you want to be his buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, these guys are, not only athletes, but these guys, our team had over a 3.0 team GPA for the first time, and that's unheard of in college basketball for the men's side of it. So, really like this group, and we really want to encourage everybody to come out on Thursday. The girls play at 5:30. We play at 7:30 right after them. Edwardsville is they won last night. They beat Eastern Illinois, so they were a game up on us. Now they're a game and a half up on us, so it's a big basketball game.
It's and this is for where you're sitting right now. Obviously, so keep winning and win. All of them is the goal. But good seeding in the tournament and the OVC tournament, and have that chance to go to the NCAA tournament it's all about setting yourself up for that.
Yeah, I think, last week with us being able to, sweep Moorhead for the first time since like 2006 or whatever it was, that put us back in the mix. We're only 2 games out of first.
Right.
So there's a couple of other teams along with Moorhead that are ahead of us in second. But we kind of control our own destiny. We're going to play all those guys again.
Right.
And the people that are ahead of us, we've got a chance to either get them at home or on the road. So everything's on the table. Competing really well and maybe having a chance to get the top spot. That's a possibility. Certainly it's going to be challenging. We've got to play well to do that. And then obviously the top 8 get in. So you certainly want to try to be inside that number. So these next 8 games in the OVC men's side of it is just really challenging. The games all come down to the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game. And when you're playing at home in college basketball, your home arena has an effect on the opponent.
Sure does.
It's a lot more challenging for them. And it also has an effect on those guys running around in striped shirts with whistles. They're human beings too. And they feel the pressure of the moment. And certainly that's one of the reasons.
Are you saying that there's such things as home calls?
I'm not saying that.
But it's almost like that's
it sure
an added
feels
player.
like when you go on the road.
Yeah.
The audience is an added player sometimes. It's
six man.
Yeah.
In college basketball, because of the arena size, it's not football where there's a buffer between everybody.
Right.
The fans are kind of right there.
Right there.
They're a part of the action. And so we need that. We need to get on those guys and put a little pressure on them.
Amen. Well, Thursday and Saturday, right? Or
we're playing Edwardsville on Saturday, Edwardsville on Thursday, Eastern Illinois on Saturday, and our conference schedule is Thursday, Saturday, both for us, the men and the women.
More with Coach Pelfrey coming up here in just a little bit. It's Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Window Studio. Hang out with us.
And so it was when Jesus had ended these sayings that the people were astonished at his teaching, for he taught them as one having authority and not as the scribes. Matthew chapter 7, verses 28 and 29. Hello, Upper Cumberland. This is Jesse Flowers with the Jerry Whitson Road Church of Christ. Join us this month as we study Jesus' Sermon on the Mount from the Gospel of Matthew every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. on our radio program, Words of Exhortation, right here on WHUB. May the Lord bless you as you serve him and serve others.
If your credit card bills have gotten out of hand, call Consolidated Credit now. If the interest rates on your credit cards are so high, it'll take years to get out of debt. Call Consolidated Credit now. They've helped over 10 million people without destroying your credit. They can reduce your interest rates, lower your total payments up to 30 to 50% to get you out of debt fast. For a free consultation, call Consolidated Credit now. The program works. Call 1-800-206-6755. 1-800-206-6755. 1-800-206-6755. Consolidated Credit Counseling Services, Inc., 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33313. Licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services and by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Maryland DM 1492, Oregon DM 80092. Licensed by the Virginia State Corporation. Commission license number DC 83. Service may adversely affect the individual's credit. Non-payment of debt may lead to additional finance charges or collections activity, including legal action, not a loan company.
Experience peace of mind with Cove Generators, your trusted partner in power solutions. Start the new year with peace of mind and our exclusive offer. Purchase a Generac generator and receive a free 10-year warranty. Whether for home, outdoor, or commercial use, our expert installers ensure you never lose power again. Visit us at 728 East 15th Street, Cookeville, or call 615-241-6343. Trust the Cove Generators family to keep your family safe and powered this winter.
Easy Cater. It's all the food for your workplace, all in one place. With over 100,000 restaurants nationwide on one platform. Whether you need food for company meetings or events, daily employee lunches, or your next lunch and learn, Easy Cater makes food for work, work. And it doesn't stop at lunch. With Easy Cater, you've got great breakfast options, snacks, treats, and more. Whenever and wherever work happens, Easy Cater's here to make the food happen. Order now at easycater.com.
Getting your guaranteed maximum refund with TaxSlayer feels like discovering a refund tree has grown in your backyard.
I'm the refund tree.
Sawing off its branches.
Hey!
Feeding them through a wood chipper.
My branches! My beautiful branches!
And dancing in its refund rain. Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
1077 and 1400, The Hub. Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:19 now.
We're talking to John Pelfrey. He's the head coach of Tennessee Tech men's basketball team. And you guys have been, this is going to be the first home game that y'all have had in a little bit tomorrow night.
Yeah, a couple of weeks almost.
Yeah, it's almost three time you actually get to Thursday and Saturday, right? But
feels good to be home, I'm sure.
It does. It really does. Really proud of our guys. We lost a couple of tough home games. We're staring 4 games in a row on the road, and we went and played really well. Stood up, and now we got a chance to come home and play against a couple of teams that are ahead of us in the standings a little bit by a game or a half game, and just really excited for them. We got a good group of guys. They play basketball well. They like each other. I think they play an exciting brand of basketball. They take care of it. They share it with each other. We can really shoot. And our defense has been getting a lot better, so making it challenging, and it allows us to get on the fast break, too, where I think we're a good team.
A lot of talk these days anyway about NIL and transfers and things like that. How are you dealing with it at this level of basketball, college basketball? Because I know it's different. Yeah,
100%.
But how does that work for you?
That's interesting, Jason. You said that. We've been working really hard here with our leadership of, Dr. Phil Odom and Mark Wilson, and they're doing things to continue to make us relevant, to continue to make us competitive in all our sports, but specifically, men's college basketball. I know with Bobby Wilder, they're working really hard at it right now because this is kind of the peak recruiting season for them. But we're getting these things established. Our NIL collective is coming together. You're going to start hearing more and more about that. There's an opportunity for people to jump on board, to donate, to give money to the collective. You can kind of be specific about where you want those funds to go, whether it's men's basketball, women's basketball, football. And we're going to need everybody's support. It's not going away. It's here.
Right.
We're certainly not going to be Kentucky or Tennessee in those arenas, but we don't need to be.
Right.
We don't need to be. There are numbers and elements at every level that's going to translate and work and help. I think that it's going to be really interesting to see, because not only are you a mentor, a guy who's going to push some academics, a guy who's going to try to teach somebody some basketball, now you're kind of a general manager.
Right.
So the way we've done these things in college athletics, specifically men's basketball for the last 25, 30 years, which I've been a part of, it is different. It has just been a lot of learning.
Oh, I'm sure.
I appreciate the opportunity that Mark Wilson and Dr. Odom have afforded us to kind of go through this process and make these changes. Because sometimes when you get this level, you're kind of the last to be able to get somebody saying implement it. But it's exciting where we are with this right now. And, the increases in our cost of attendance, the ability to possibly be a part of the Austin money, which is academic money for young men and women who come back. And from a retention standpoint, we're going to start entering those two areas of try to help support these student athletes. And then the collective's the big one. I think it actually literally just got up and running this week.
I've been hearing some rumbles about it and how that's getting started and stuff. And that's one reason I wanted to ask the question, to see if there was that collective that had started. Of course, Tennessee, the state of Tennessee just won, a big thing against the NCAA. So as a state, I think that really gives us a leg up on even recruiting in some other states. You're able to do some better things if you're recruiting from the state of Tennessee right now.
There's no question about it. Living here for the last 5 or 6 years, going on 6 years now, the state of Tennessee is a great place to live. My people back home in Kentucky may not want to hear that, but this is a great place to live for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of similarities, too.
There are.
Yeah.
And I think, too, though, with some of the way that things are set up here from a business standpoint, an economic standpoint, just really good for the citizens.
When you are talking about recruiting, we've been talking about this to some of the city leaders. We talked to the mayor, we talked to both county and city mayor about, because they're recruiting too. They're recruiting businesses, and we talked to them about, how they recruit to Cookeville to get a lot of these guys to come to Cookeville. There's a sales job there. I mean, to get them to come and play college sports here. How do you sell Cookeville? I mean, selling tech is probably pretty easy.
Yeah, I think just being around our league, especially, and then being to a lot of other places. We were talking about this earlier. We have a beautiful campus. There's a lot of Southern charm here. Dr. Phil Oldham and his wife Carrie are deeply entrenched in making this a place the best it can be.
Just top-notch people too.
Oh,
Yeah.
just quality and good and wholesome and about the right things, and in it for the student athletes, in it for the regular students, in it for the area. Really, really value education, understand the importance, and they like athletics. We could not have a better leader. And I've been lucky to be around a lot of different places. And I think Mark understands the same thing as well. Nobody's going to work harder than Mark Wilson. The guy's a complete workhorse, and
he loves this area too.
he never takes a day off. He doesn't have office hours. He's always on. So for us, I think we're lucky. We've got a campus. We've got a
He's got
nice
quick hands too. I don't know if you've noticed that. There's been some out of bound balls, and I thought he's going to get obliterated. And he's
Mark's
got
on it.
He's got quick hands every time. I've never seen him get hit in the face. So good on Mark Wilson.
No, he's definitely alert and on edge. But but I think we've got academics here that are really top notch. We've got a beautiful campus, so I think people can feel very comfortable coming to school here. Obviously, from a basketball arena standpoint, the Hooper Ebelin is state of the art, and then everything else, it may not be the biggest or the best, but we've got what we need.
Right.
I think when you talk about Cookeville, these guys feel very comfortable, safe. The place is inviting. It's not too big. It's not too small. We're positioned in a really good spot for these guys to be able to focus at this time in their life on their academics, on their sport, to build skills and create value in themselves as young men and women to become the best leaders they can be, and put them in a situation where they can be successful down the road. So I think we have a lot to sell.
I haven't been to all of the basketball arenas in the OVC. I've been to a few, and I know you're biased, so you'll agree, but the Hoop is head and shoulders above most OVC schools.
I think that there are some schools that may have it as good as us. They don't have it better.
Oh, there is, yeah.
I think some of the things that we can be better at sometimes, and we don't have great spaces, some of our underbelly stuff, you know what I mean? And we're doing as many things as we can to make that really good for our guys, the film room, the locker room. We're just limited on structure. But when you talk about physical arena, you talk about our office situation, we're as good as or better than anybody in our league.
I totally believe that. It just feels like a completely different atmosphere.
It's a basketball arena. It's not a multi-purpose facility.
Right. Thursday, big game. We need to pack out Hooper Ebelin because as a town, as fans, we can make a huge difference. And how cool would it be to watch the Tech men's basketball team play in the NCAA tournament?
That would be great.
And that's not only big for our town, for the program, that's ginormous for Tech. And when a school goes to the tournament, I mean, sports is the front porch of the school. But when a school goes to the tournament, attendance goes up a lot. It's a free commercial for the university. So it's not only important that we win basketball games, but it's important that we win basketball games. But when we do this stuff, that brings attention to the area, to the school. It's good for everybody.
It certainly is. It's free advertisement, right? And it's good for the students here. It gives them an element of pride.
Right.
Not only their academic plus, but it's something for them to do and say that's my school and this, that, and the other. Obviously, for us, from an athletic perspective, it's March Madness. There's a reason they call it March Madness. It's the moment of truth.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't matter what went on in the past, but
or how big you are,
those
how
3
small
weeks
you are.
change lives, change programs, it leaves the imprints on communities. and certainly that's why we're here. I've been very fortunate and blessed to play in NCAA tournaments, coach in NCAA tournaments as assistant coach. We've led 2 different programs to the NCAA tournament. This would be our 3rd if we can get this done, and I believe we can. Right now, everything is on the table, and that's kind of what it's exciting. We're part of it. We're relevant. We're in the mix, and that's where you want to be at this time of year.
So you got home game Thursday, and again another home game on Saturday. Both nights will be a bunch of fun, and it's a doubleheader. So you got the women playing. I believe they tip off at 5:30, right?
On Thursday, the women tip off at 5:30. We'll tip off at 7:30, and then on the weekend it'll be 1 o'clock and 3:30.
Okay, so I mean, great times to go spend a Saturday afternoon. If you can't make it Thursday because of work or whatever, but Saturday, come on, you got nothing else going on. It's going to be rainy. No reason to do anything outside. Go get you some good old Hooper Evelyn popcorn, because this still tastes like it did from 1985. It's delicious.
Feels like old times.
And go watch some great basketball. Coach Pelfrey, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it.
We're so glad you're here. Thank you so much.
Jason, Sheila, I appreciate it, and come back anytime.
Absolutely. Coming up, Chocolate Fest is going to be here this weekend as well. You could actually do both. You could do Chocolate Fest.
Hey, that's a great
then
thing.
go to Hooper Evelyn. You could do both.
Weekend.
We've got your whole weekend planned. We'll talk to Jamie Langford from Jamie's Eats and Sweets coming up next here on Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Multiple Cumberland County residents have reported a scam that's falsely claiming a deed of transfer of their property. Register of Deeds Trey Curley issued a warning about the incidents Tuesday. He said scammers are attempting to solicit money from victims. You're asked to contact your Register of Deeds office if you receive a similar letter in the mail. Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter calling January another steady month for construction. He said the county issued 24 permits totaling $5.5 million in construction, 16 of those for single-family residential homes. In comparison, January 2024 had 22 permits for $3.9 million. The Allgood City Council will consider next week an ordinance reverting to the city's prior personnel policy for the appointment of department heads. In 2024, the City Council changed personnel policy language, giving council the responsibility to approve or reject the city administrator's appointment of department heads. The ordinance up for vote Tuesday would take away that responsibility from council. That's the news from WHUB.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. On UCR last night, the Livingston Academy Lady Wildcats upset the number 1 team in the UC Upperman 47-43. Pickett County boys and girls swept Red Boiling Springs, while the Cookeville girls got back in the win column 65-22 against Laverne. The Upperman boys beat LA 67-44, and the Cookeville boys fell to Laverne 49-45. The Dallas Mavericks continued to be active before the trade deadline as they sent Quentin Grimes to the 76ers for Caleb Martin and a second-round pick in 2025. The Mavs and Grimes tried to come to an extension deal this fall, but never got the deal done. Martin comes to Dallas scoring 9.1 points per game and 4.4 rebounds per contest. In the NBA last night, the Mavericks lost for a second straight time after trading away their superstar as they fell to the 76ers 118-116. The Celtics topped the Cavaliers 112-105, Knicks over the Raptors 121-115, and the Rockets fell to the Nets 99-97. In college basketball, number 12 St. John's got a win against number 11 Marquette 70-64. Florida beat Vanderbilt 86-75. Purdue topped Iowa on the road 90-81. And number 25 Ole Miss beat number 14 Kentucky 98-84. It's now 2 losses in a row for the Wildcats. I'm Jacob Vinson, and that was the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
The UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, brought to you by One Bank.
TRN News.
Middle Tennessee and the Bluff City bracing for a series of strong storms as forecasters call for on and off rain and thunderstorms over the next few days. The highest chance of severe weather comes later this afternoon. Forecasters report they're not ruling out a possibility of an isolated tornado. A man dead after he experienced a medical emergency while in Memphis police custody. Officers investigating an alleged kidnapping involving the suspect in the southeast side near the Bunker Hill neighborhood. Authorities say the man was rushed to the hospital in critical condition shortly after being arrested as the TBI now looks into the incident. Childhood vaccination rates falling in Tennessee. According to the State Department of Health, about 93% of the state's kindergartners were vaccinated ahead of the 23-24 school year, marking 3 straight years of falling rates. Health experts say vaccination rates should stay above 95% to prevent an outbreak of preventable diseases. I'm Lee Mowen.
Number 1 for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
The Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council present the story of Tom and Levi.
Tom is the smartest man I know. He's been a professor at 2 major universities, been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, he told me that he was having problems in his classes. I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. And he was telling them that he was doing it as a favor to them, but I think in reality, he just wanted to get out of there. I was really starting to worry because I saw something was wrong.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me, and my love for him was just immense.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee is ordered to pay a woman over $500,000 after being fired for refusing to acquire a COVID vaccine to return to work. A federal grand jury ruled in favor of Tanya Benton in June, who was fired by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee after refusing to get the vaccine based on religious beliefs. The longtime BCBST employee requested a religious exemption, but was denied by the company and was released from employment. BCBST challenged the verdict and original payout of over $700,000. The final $500,000 award covers back pay and compensatory and punitive damages. Meantime, Ober Mountain and Gatlinburg offering free lift tickets for women and girls today. It's National Girls and Women's in Sports Day, as the area will be open for skiing from noon to 9. Ober Mountain has 38 skiable acres and 600 feet of vertical drop accessed by 3 chairlifts. I'm Lee Mowen, Tennessee Radio Network News.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
We'll start the day dry, but clouds and some rain on the way by late this afternoon into the evening. Daytime highs will be in the mid-60s. Overnight, we'll fall back into the 40s, and we'll keep the rain in the picture all the way through at least Friday, probably into Saturday as well, with daytime highs well above normal in the 70s by Friday, overnight lows in the 40s.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila.
On 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:36 now.
What a fun show this morning, from Coach Pelfrey to Jamie Langford from Jamie's Eats and Sweets. Chocolate Festival's coming up this Saturday.
Yes. I'm so excited.
Saturday.
I'm so excited too. And you look like a little Valentine heart yourself.
The Chocolate Fest. We'll sell you a seat, but you'll only need the edge.
I love it when he does his big radio voice.
Oh my gosh, just whole rebranding of the Chocolate Festival. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Just let Jason be in charge.
Yeah, it's like if Chocolate Fest were monster trucks.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Jamie's all for that, you know.
I'm down.
Well, we're talking to Coach Pelfrey. They've got a big game on Saturday. I think the boys' game starts at 3:30.
Yes, I believe it's.
So this is a great opportunity to come downtown.
The men's game.
And experience Chocolate Fest, and then just run on up to campus and go to the basketball game.
It's like perfect timing.
What a great Saturday.
Yeah, because Chocolate Fest ends at 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it ends
it's
at 3,
like
so
you planned it out.
Literally. So you can get your chocolate and hit the game all in one day.
When does it start? Chocolate
So it
Fest?
starts at 10:30 a.m. That's whenever we'll open up for maps, and then people can go through, and all of the businesses will be ready to hand out chocolate at that point.
And I love you have really gathered some cool businesses too that they can stop along the way. So do they stop at Jamie's first and then get their map there too and some of their chocolate?
Yes. So everybody else stop at Jamie's first. So if you've already pre-ordered your map, we'll have a separate section at the back of our store that you can come into, grab your pre-ordered map, and then you can go ahead and start. And then everybody that hasn't ordered their map yet will come in through the front door. We do this because the line gets pretty long. The last couple of years, it's like wrapped around the building.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to make sure that we have 2 separate lines for those that have pre-ordered and those that haven't yet, to make sure those that pre-ordered can kind of get the move on. Kind of like a Disney Fast Pass, if you will.
I will.
A Jamie's Fast Pass.
I will do that.
And so we've got 18 businesses lined up, though.
Oh, my God.
So this is our biggest year yet.
So give everybody a rundown. Maybe they didn't go last year, Jamie, and they need a little education on what Chocolate Fest is and how you participate.
So to participate in the Chocolate Festival, all you have to do is grab the map. So that's $5. That's on our website right now if you want to pre-order before Saturday. And it's $5 if you come in-house on that day to get the map. And then once you have that map, you go to all the different businesses and show that to them, and they'll give you their chocolate. They'll show you what discounts or whatever they're offering. Most people are offering chocolate this year. And so you'll grab that chocolate, and then you can move on to the next place. And hopefully you'll stick around and check out all the different businesses and what they have to offer. If you're still looking for stuff for Valentine's Day, it's a great time to shop for those because a lot of those are going to be discounted. All those businesses have those out right now. I've been going through and trying to take pictures where I can. So the Valentine's displays are on point this year. And
this is so good to support
so
small businesses too. And y'all are supporting each other, being a part of it. I love this.
Exactly, the whole goal.
What are some of the, give them a shout out here so we kind of know where we can go.
So it starts off at Jamie's, and then we've got Plenty, we've got Uptown, the Real Estate Collective is participating this year. We've got the Corner Market, which is down over next to Vertical, well, across from Vertical, and then we have Vertical. We've got Picasso's, and then you go back up to the Depot Museum, Lux Boutique, Cream City, Omiet Salon, Edison Hills, Southern Angels Boutique.
Omiet, is that how you say that?
I think so. I don't
I've
if
been
I butchered
wondering
it.
every time I pass
Call
it.
me later.
Call
me how to pronounce it.
I'm non.
I didn't know if it was French. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't think about it being French.
It could be that. I should probably ask Susan.
Names, there's no rules.
Right.
No rules. But then we've got Southern Angels Boutique, Edison Hills, the Hitched The Life is Good store, 11 Oak, World Foods, and the Art Jam.
Oh my goodness.
And we even have a bonus spot this year.
A bonus spot? Where could it be, Jamie?
So we had a business that isn't quite on the west side, but they still wanted to be a part of the chocolate festival, and they wanted to hand out free chocolate. So I was like, how can I say no to that?
You can't say no.
You can't say no.
Right.
So we have a bonus spot. It's the House of Ravens over on West Jackson Street. So you can go pop over there, grab chocolate.
Is that the game? Is that the gaming? Is that the game place?
I don't totally know. But they donated to the gift basket, and they're handing out chocolate.
They have candles.
So we could all find out together on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a small place.
It's a small place. Yeah. So they're going to set up a booth outside of their store. That way people don't inherently have to go in if they don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
what kinds of chocolates?
So Jamie's.
I'm looking in your
let's
box that you brought here, and it all looks real delicious. But what are some of the chocolates that people will be handing out? Is that a mini Reese cup on top of a cupcake?
Yeah, that's a peanut butter chocolate cupcake. And then there's also red velvet cookies in there. There's also some Ferrero Rocher truffles. We've got our Oreo truffles in there too for you guys. So this is kind of some of the things we're going to be offering on
I might have to have that one
Saturday. And then also the truffles are just going to be some of the things that you're going to be able to see. So we have somebody handing out lint truffles. Jamie's is making our own truffles. So we have chocolate truffles that we've been dipping out this week and getting ready. And then there's also going to be Hershey Kisses. Plenty's doing a Book Martin chocolate. And then we also have people that are doing chocolate chip cookies this year, hot chocolate. So everybody kind of does their own thing.
Okay. Let me get.
That was good. Okay.
Let me get all this straight.
Yeah.
Okay. So each business is in charge of their own chocolate thing.
Yes.
You hadn't been like the Keebler elf and making all this stuff.
No, I would need a factory level sized cafe for that. That or I would have had to start
we need to
1st
work
of January.
on that.
Yeah, we do. I would love to be able to provide all the chocolate for the chocolate festival. I'm just not I'm not able to do that right now.
Right. Okay. Well,
I'm not that cool yet.
I just wanted to be sure that was the case.
Yeah, no, everybody's in charge of doing their own thing. So I try to get people to send me what they're gonna do, but I don't totally know what all everybody's doing.
All right. So when you come to Jamie's Eats and Sweets, What do you get?
You get the homemade chocolate truffles.
I get the homemade chocolate truffle.
And so, like, we go through.
That's what I'm talking about.
And we have a couple different flavors for those, too. So I'm excited. We've got, like, a white chocolate lemon. We've got, like, the dark chocolate that's coated in cocoa powder. We've got, like, our birthday cake truffles. So it's going to be fun.
Oh, girl.
And
I've been going crazy. It's great.
And the other question I have, so you come and you get your map.
Yes.
And the cost involved in that is
$5.
$5.
$5.
All right. Now, when you follow the map and you go to the other businesses, is there a charge for their chocolate then, or that's just here's your?
So that's here's your chocolate for the ones that are giving out free chocolate. There are some that are doing like a discounted chocolate, and some that are doing discounted clothes. But if you get the map, you should be getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 pieces for sure of free chocolate
For $5.
Whoa.
for $5.
Come on now.
Like, that's a good deal. Plus,
That's amazing.
You also, and it's $5 like per person for the map. But then you go through, you pick up the chocolate, and then you get to go through and hang out with whoever you went to go with. Or if you want to go on yourself, that's fine.
I mean,
But
you could do all.
You could make it like a whole Galentine's Day if you wanted to.
Galentine's. Is that just where you go out with your girlfriend?
You go out with the girlfriends. Or if you wanted a Valentine's Day date, that's also an option.
Yeah.
There's so many ideas. Or if you're one of these people that hate Valentine's Day and you're saying nobody gives me anything, go treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Treat yourself. What show's that from? I forgot.
Oh gosh, now you asked.
Parks and Rec.
Yep.
Yes.
Parks and Rec. That's
Treat
what that-
yourself.
I'm all for that.
Chocolate Fest coming up this weekend. More with Jamie from Jamie's Eats and Sweets on the way. So hang out with us here on Good Morning Cookeville. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, Ron Crane here from Dependable Auto Sales and Service, also Colonial Automotive, towing, rentals, we've got it all. Guys, if it's automotive, even if you need body work, if you've been in a wreck or something, please let us know. 931-526-7355, that's 931-526-SELL, S-E-L-L, 24/7 at dasautosales.com. That's dasautosales.com, and we're located 1575 Interstate Drive, the only car dealership on the left on Restaurant Row. Please come see us at any time. Thanks, guys.
Hey folks, this is Paul Winkler. One of our clients said something interesting about why he chose us. He said the financial advisor he had worked with up to this point in his life wasn't the one to get him through retirement. Is that you? You've made it this far, but you recognize you don't get a do-over when you're actually in retirement. It's not too late to feel confident about your financial future. The first step is easy. Set up a phone consultation or in-person meeting with any of our offices by calling us at 615-851-1950 or just go to paulwinkler.com.
And now located in Cookeville.
Hey Tennessee Tech fans, it's your head women's basketball coach, Kim Roseman, and we need you at the Hoop Thursday, February 6th versus SIUE at 5:30 p.m. with Coach Pelfrey and our men's team to follow. Come watch us battle it out on the court and help us secure another home win. Don't miss a moment of the action this season. Get your tickets today at ttusports.com or call the ticket office at 931-372-3940. Let's pack the Hoop and make this season unforgettable. Wings up.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Here's how to get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. Our US-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
You know, this country was founded on freedom from a country that forced us to buy overpriced tea, then tried blockading us, and then we dumped their tea into the ocean. How'd that work out? Well, it's time to throw out your overpriced big wireless contract, and you won't sacrifice service thanks to my cell phone provider, Pure Talk. Now, my cell phone company says no to inflated prices, and with a qualifying plan of just $45 a month, you can get an iPhone 14 or a Samsung Galaxy for nothing. And yes, this is for premium service. You get unlimited talk and text and 25 gigs of data and mobile hotspot at a fraction of the price of those big guys. Get your iPhone 14 or Samsung Galaxy for $0 by dialing pound 250 and saying the keyword Pure Talk, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, they're going to help you make the switch. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword Pure Talk, and claim your new iPhone or Galaxy with a qualifying purchase from Pure Talk, which is America's wireless company.
Jason and Sheila. Good Morning Cookeville. 1077 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. Sheila's officially on her chocolate high. She's all goobered up on the chocolate now.
Oh my goodness. It was, I think, an Oreo truffle.
Oreo truffle.
Jamie, I am still on the Oreo truffle high.
It's so good.
I mean, I bit into it and it's like pop.
I mean,
and then I was like, oh my gosh.
I mean, let me say this. Sheila wasn't feeling good. In fact, she missed Monday.
I've been sick.
I'm so sorry, Sheila.
And this is the best she's looked. And
after that chocolate.
That cured
Chocolate is healing. That's all I'm saying.
It is.
Chocolate is good.
I don't know what.
Chocolate's good for the soul.
Seeing Jamie and having a Oreo truffle. So those will be available Saturday?
Those will be available Saturday.
I highly recommend an Oreo
No,
truffle.
There's Jamie's Eats, Sweets, and Apothecary now.
Yes.
We will heal you with food.
It did make me feel like, oh, thanks, Jamie. I'm
Yeah.
better now.
Right.
A little love goes a long way.
Right. Now we know.
Yeah.
Now we know.
Good for you.
Chocolate Fest is Saturday, and I know you said, but we know it ends at 3. When does it start again, Jamie?
So it starts at 10:30 a.m. So if you pre-ordered your maps, you can start picking those up at 10, but the rest of the maps will be available at 10:30.
And last year you said there was a line.
Yeah, well, the last 2 years there've been a line.
So when's the best time to show up? Is it like right when you open, or should we wait a little
You
while?
might need to camp out.
So the line tends to start around 9:30. So if you get
hour
there
before.
yeah. So like if you started at 9, like you'd be fine. But like 9:30 is whenever it starts. So like I'd say like if you're trying to be like within like the first like 10 or so people, start at like 9:30.
Right. But what if you just wanted to show up and have no line?
If you wanted to show up and have no line, 9 a.m.
There's a line the whole day?
There's a line. So like, okay. So with the chocolate festival, so we go through and like, if you wanted to have no line, I'd say like start at like 9 or like 9:30 is like your bet. It starts at 9:30, but if you're going for no line, I'd do like 9:15. If you wanted to show up later and there not be a line, the line usually calms down around noon.
Okay.
Noon to 1 o'clock. So that depends on like how many people we have and how nice the weather is.
I was trying to time mine out with the basketball game.
That's fair.
So I figure, like 1:30.
Yeah, 1:30.
But then what if
But then you're trying to get to 18 businesses in 2 hours.
Well, I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you can book it.
Yeah.
But if you're going with a group, they might not want to book
Right, but as long as I'm there to get your chocolate truffles.
it. Oh, yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
Oh, no,
I'm
nothing.
confused.
Well, I just
If you're coming to Jamie's just for truffles,
come
just come on.
anytime.
Yeah, come anytime.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
And I may not be able to hit all 18.
But I do recommend waiting probably till like 11:30.
Okay.
Or come early if you're coming just for snacks.
Okay.
Just because that like
Man, this chocolate.
that like
fest,
9:30, 11:30 is a little rough on the line.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll be a late comer to that.
That's okay.
For sure.
Excuse me, I'm coughing now.
Maybe next year you could do like a VIP line, and you could do like $15 and you don't wait.
We can do that. The problem is I
I'd
don't have
pay
that much
that.
space, which is part of like what the pre-order is. The pre-order kind of works as like a VIP because you can just come through the back door, get your map, and go.
Okay.
So.
And get your truffles.
And you can get your truffles.
You just started that this year because you knew.
We started that last year.
Okay.
So we started the backdoor line last year because it was such a nightmare the first year. Which the first year we had 455 maps that we sold.
And that was the first year of doing it.
great.
so
That was
you
the
were
first
just
year
learning.
ever. And then last year it was like almost tornado weather, and we still had 255 people show up.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
I mean,
It is crazy.
That shows how many people love chocolate, number
Oh, yeah,
one, and
absolutely.
love to support local businesses.
Yeah, and people love the West Side too. So like giving them a reason to come and hang out, it's a good time. They love it.
Well, what else have you done? Your international, say Australian, I think is what you were working on last time we talked. Has that happened yet?
No, that happens. That'll be the 21st. So I have my chocolate festival weekend. I have the Valentine's Day weekend, and then I've got Australia for the
So
Food
2
Around the
weeks
World
from
series.
this Friday will be your.
Will be Australia.
Australia.
So we've got that.
So
going
what are you? What I didn't know Australia had its own food.
Cuisine.
They've
Yeah.
got their own stuff. I gotta be honest. I'm on Chocolate Festival on the brain right now.
Oh,
so I don't even have that menu That hasn't been thought.
She looked at you like that is still to come.
I didn't
I've been
know.
thinking about it, but I don't have anything put together for that.
I mean, you never know.
I have no
She's all
research.
chocolate festival.
There might be,
Elbows deep in chocolate.
Fried koala.
No. Jamie ain't gonna do that.
I couldn't. They're so cute. They're so cute, Jason.
You might get,
No.
Can't do it.
kangaroo legs or something.
No.
I do want to talk about your duck cake that looked really beautiful online.
Thank you. I did that for my nieces.
That was so cute. So you made a birthday cake? Was that it?
Yes. So hold on, Jason. I don't know if you've seen this. So I'm gonna pull it up for you.
It was
I want you
really
to be
good.
able
So
to
that
look
was
at
the first duck design you'd made.
Yeah, that was the first duck one
That
we
was
did.
really good.
So it was a silly goose cake. It looks more like a duck, I feel like. But that's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
No, it's okay. It's a silly goose cake.
Way to go, Sheila.
No, it's
I already
fine.
messed it up.
No, it's okay.
But
My
I thought it
my
was
husband said the
beautiful.
same thing. But this is the silly goose cake, Jason.
How good is that?
I think it looks more like a goose.
And then the sides of it were crazy. Hold on, I'm gonna get a picture with my niece with it. She's adorable.
You're gonna get me all
That's
clapping and
that's for sure goose. I don't know where you came up with duck, Sheila.
You know what? I should read things before. I just like it. I was like,
No, it's fine.
Like love.
Yeah.
You're doing great. But that was like
See how
that's with
cute
my
that
niece with it.
is.
Oh, that's darling. What a cool looking cake. Now,
Thank you. It's beautiful.
The ones on the side, you can for sure tell are geese.
That's true.
The side ones,
the neck is a little longer.
you need full context for this cake. But yeah, that one was a lot of fun.
She looks so happy.
It was a great time. It was for her and then her sister who's 1. So it was like a combined birthday thing.
1 and 3.
And her mom always Rachel always calls them silly geese. And so
So can
we did a whole
like
silly
if
goose
they
cake.
have a birthday coming up, of course, give her enough time to do it. She's all involved in the chocolate.
72 hours to a week's notice.
That's
Is
good.
our policy for everyone.
Think ahead.
Jamie, that's a pretty intricate cake for little kids, because normally little kids are just like, smash.
You'd be surprised how intricate the cakes get for little kids.
Like what kind of cakes are you talking? I mean, like more intricate than what?
Yes, it's a picture photo op too that they're going to have the rest of their lives.
Oh yeah.
But the vintage cakes are really in style right now. Like we've done that was more of a vintage cake, but like we've done this one recently. And then we also did have you guys seen like the espresso martini cakes that are like a teeny bit older?
Oh no, I haven't seen anything.
And so
like
this is our second one of these that we've done recently. But they're all like vintage style with all of like the piped buttercream and everything.
Oh my goodness.
So, like all of these take time.
Yeah.
But
I just imagine. Do you hate when you know you're making it for a little kid that they're just going to stick their hands in it?
No, because I know like for the most part it's the parents that are getting the enjoyment out of it.
And it's
like
gonna
it's
be
not really for the
photo
kids.
op, and they're gonna say
Like-
Jamie's was a part of it.
Yeah, like that's what it's gonna be. It's for the parents at that point. Like I looked at my niece and I was like, what do you think of your cake? She goes, can I eat it now? And I said, no, we still have to eat dinner. So that's all she was concerned about. She's like, when do I get to eat it though?
Well, that is all that matters when it's your birthday, is when you get to open your presents and when you get to eat your cake.
That's all you want.
I mean, that's all.
That's all you want.
And, and I was reading something earlier too. The saying, you can have your cake and eat it too. Well, isn't that why you get a cake?
Yeah.
To eat it too.
You don't get it. I mean,
but you just can't look at it and eat it.
I
at the
do
same time.
look at it a little bit and appreciate it. Then I gobble it down.
Always.
You gobble it down, Sheila.
Gobble it down.
Gobble it down.
Well,
I mean, come on, it's cake.
There is one more thing I wanted to mention about the chocolate festival. If we got time.
Sure, yeah. Wherever you want,
got-
Jamie. You brought cupcakes.
Thanks.
It's your show.
Yeah.
We do also have additional offers happening at the chocolate festival, which I know I mentioned a little bit, but like Jamie's specifically, we're gonna have our truffles in the case, but we're also gonna be doing chocolate flights that day. So if you have a map, it's
chocolate what?
Chocolate flights. So
Flights.
it's kind of like our.
I thought you said
It's like our
flights.
cake flight. Yeah, flights.
Flight. It is what
Yeah.
she said.
Flight.
Plane.
Like a plane flight, but like it's.
I mean,
I'm like, what?
well, you know how
No.
you get like a flight of wine?
Yeah.
Where you try all
No,
the
I'm
different
not, I'm
ones?
not that.
Have you done the coffee flights at Exceptional Bean?
Yeah.
It's like that, but with chocolate.
Sheila.
What?
I just got.
He's shocked.
Sorry, I got excited. Look, I am still on my Oreo truffle
Right.
high.
But did you say flice?
I thought she did it first. I was like, is it flight or flice? What's going on?
What is a flice?
With
wh-
Jamie,
what
she
even
could
i-
make up a whole
What, but,
thing.
but no, I mean, let's
I could create a whole new language if Sheila would
think
believe
about
me.
this. What the heck is a fly?
I thought it was something. Look, she does international dinners.
We're talking about
so I thought
cupcakes.
maybe it was something. You never know with Jamie. I'm serious.
I know.
You're so well-rounded.
All right, so tell us about these chocolate flights that are just like all the other flights that we've heard of because we're cultured.
So it's going to be kind of like our cake flight. So like it's $25 if you don't have the map, but if you do have the map, it'll be $20. And then you can go through and it'll be 5 of our different chocolate desserts that you can add to it. And so you can be like a mix of our truffles. It could be our chocolate cake and cupcakes that we're going to have in the case on Saturday.
Is that what you brought us?
So I brought you basically like a chocolate flight in a box. So you've got truffles, you've got cookies, and you've got the peanut butter chocolate cupcakes.
From now on, when you have a flight, just tell Sheila it's a variety pack.
It's a variety pack, yeah, basically. So,
but she makes it sound real pretty, saying it's a flight.
It's a flight. And so it's going to be kind of like our pie and our cake flight.
Remember, Sheila's from Lynchburg. You know what I mean?
Tennessee, not Virginia.
You know what I mean?
We love you. We love you, Sheila.
No, but I've been here since '91.
Yeah, but
she's been here for a long time.
It obviously hadn't took all the way yet.
I mean, you can't.
Jamie, thanks for coming today. I apologize for Sheila.
I'm having a great time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Chocolate Fest coming up. It starts at when?
10:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday for the race.
I've just thrown him for a loop, man.
You got it messed up, man.
Anyway, who's
some chocolate
tomorrow?
Lisa Bumbelow and Dr. Matt Bolton from I'm losing my mind. Health department. And then Rachel Moses.
This is News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub. Good morning, Cookeville. W299BY. 107.7 FM. And AM 1400 WHUB Cookeville.